Good morning, sunshines. Happy, what is this, the 3rd of December? Happy 3rd of December. Heather, Bunnyfish, welcome to the second part of Vlogmas. Yay! Okay, so I have about 20 minutes before I need to start getting ready for work. And I opened my Advent this morning and I made a square. And now I'm going to wind the rest of it to work into a sock because I really hate winding minis if I have the option of just working from the loop. But I need to take it to work, so I need to wind it, obviously, because I can't just be walking around with a big old loop in my pocket. I mean, I could, but I won't. If I was just going to work on the sock here forever, I would just leave it wound up. This looks wrong. Did I mess up the square? I'll check it off the camera. 2, 3. No, that's right. I guess it's just the way the color placement is. It looked like it wasn't correct, but it is. It's fine. Anyway, so the sock, I am not through the heel. It's okay. I can work on the heel while I'm walking around the class. It'll be fine. The heel turn is going to be the tricky part, but again, I can do that. And then picking up the gusset will probably have to wait until lunchtime. Unless I have a class that's being really, really, really quiet and independent in the morning. But I'm not banking on that. So I might start adding in this yarn at lunch. I did do the thing where I switched off working a little bit of the square with working a side of the hat out of the 8 sides, because there's 8 increases per round on this. So I've done a little more than a round on the hat this morning, which is good. I'm going to take it to work and I'm going to work a round before I work on the sock. And then I haven't done a habit tracker in a while, but I'm gonna do this for December. So I obviously haven't started coloring anything in. I'm gonna do that when I get home from work today. But I am excited to do this because it's just fun. It's just fun to see where I was putting my energy in this month. So I'm excited for that. Yay! And also I put the squares that I need to make to finish the granny square blanket. And now I have 3 done. I actually have 4 done, but I've misplaced one of the squares, so that doesn't count until I find it. So I have 3 that have made it, well, that once this is in there, will have made it into the glass jar. I know I said I was going to work on the blanket first as like my main work project, but I kind of want to make at least most of these squares before I start attaching the next row so that I have more of a color variety, because right now a big number of the squares are green, which is fine and lovely. But I just want a little more variety before I start picking out my final 3 rows of the blanket. So the hat it is what I'm saying. That's what that tangent meant. What? Not me, just sitting down to my lunch after half of it, more than half of it is gone. I just had so much to do. I had so much to do. So I just slammed my sandwich. I think I took 1 minute to eat a sandwich. That's insane. But now I'm gonna crochet on the hat a little while I watch a vlog. Or part of a vlog. This is the like most tricky group of kiddos that I have. I have classes on a 3-day rotation, and this day of kiddos is definitely the most tricky. It's fine. It's fine. Excuse me. Okay. Gonna crochet. Gonna chill. No, I'm not gonna chill. I'm gonna pretend like I am capable of chilling. Okay, I did not make it all the way around in the little bit of time that I gave myself. I still have 1, 2, 3 sides to go to make it all the way around, but look at this. This is so exciting. This is all I have left of this ball of yarn. So when I get home this evening, assuming there's not something crazy, I plan to finish out this round and then use up the last of this yarn and attach the last ball of yarn. So the end is near for this project. That is exciting. I hope that my sister's kiddo loves this hat. I hope they do. Hopefully it's what they wanted, because it's definitely been a labor of love, not a labor that I loved doing. But that's okay. Make things for people because I love them. So yeah, there's that. All right, now to get ready for my next class. All right, sunshines. I don't know if you can hear my kiddo cooking in the kitchen, because to me it's so loud. But it's almost 5 o'clock. My kiddo is cooking dinner for us, which is cool. So I'm going to chill a little bit before I have to do some chores. So immediate goals. Work this into the hat and attach the next skein, and then finish the heel and work this whole ball in tonight. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then fill this in for today and the 2 previous days. I have to get my pens out. I'm still so behind in my journal. If you watched that, I think it was the Thanksgiving vlog, I talked about how I'm so behind in my journal. So I think I'm going to watch a Vlogmas thing, and then I'm going to do some journaly things and work on these 2 projects. Ba-dum, so finishing that bit of yarn took less than half an hour. So that's exciting. Now on to the sock and some journaling. So it's 8 o'clock. I did not work in the rest of the day's mini. I finished up the heel. I'm in the gusset, and I worked just a handful of rounds. I don't really know what I have been doing for the past 3 hours. Like a little bit of, I think, okay, there was a phone call in there. There's been some texting. How many people have I texted in the past 3 hours? 5. I think I've touched base with 5 different people. I watched or like had background running of Vlogmases. I did a bunch of journaly things. So it didn't happen, but that's okay. That's okay. The goal is to knit the mini, right? But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And 10 grams right now in my life, 10 grams of fingering weight is a lot to work into a project. So I'm okay that I didn't get further. It's fine. I'm still going to open tomorrow's advent, and I will decide if it's going to go into this sock or into a new sock. And worst case scenario is I will catch up on the weekend, and I will continue to enjoy working on things right now. So I think the sock is looking like super Crazy. Very wackadoodle, but my kiddo likes things like that, so it'll be good. And I think I might be able to get 4 pairs of socks out of this Advent, right? And if I'm using this mini for the heels and toes in the socks, then they'll be, somewhat cohesive, even though the colors are going to be all over the place. So, not that it matters. Again, my kid doesn't wear their socks matching, but, I could also just continue on with the actual mini on the heel flap, and the heel turn, and that would think of how much yarn of this would have been used in here, right? Like, this could be almost done at this point, but I chose to do it a different way, which is fine. All right. I'm gonna crawl under my covers and start reading Crow Bones by Anne Bishop. I'm not very far. How far am I? Where are we in this book? Chapter 4. Not very far. Page 19. So we'll see how far I get tonight, but I'm pretty sleepy, so probably not super, super far. I will see you in the morning when I pick my next mini. Hey friends, it is time for me to get ready for work. I woke up at 3 a.m. No reason. It's 2 whole hours before my first alarm goes off. Whatever. So in that time, I managed to knit in the mini from yesterday. So I'm ready to start on today's mini. I'm in a good place. I already made a square out of it. And I managed to do 2 rounds on the hat this morning, which is exciting. I'm still going to take it to work. I'm still going to work on the hat at lunch. But the skein is already starting to feel squishy. So I'm pretty sure less than 5 rounds to go. I can do this. I've got this. This hat, so close to done. So close. And then I'm going to start taking the blanket to work because I am ready, I think, to work on that. Ta-da. Or maybe I'll take the leggings. We'll see. It's not today. That's future Heather's decision to make. So yeah, the sock is so fun. It's super fun. So I like how every mini has had this goldish color in it. This one doesn't, but it has the coral that the previous one did. So, and it has, this isn't the same blue as up here, but these blues go really well together. So yeah, I like that. Hopefully my kiddo likes the sock. They will. What am I saying? Of course they will. Hey friends, quick lunchtime check-in. So I had, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe, to work on the hat, and I did not get all the way around because this was where I was at the beginning of lunch. So I have one side and most of another still to go. So the rounds are pretty big, but I did work on it and my yarn fell on the floor. Let's see how are we doing? Floor yarn. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there. So I will work on it some more tonight maybe. But that's almost 3 rounds today. That's a pretty good amount of work on this hat, I feel like. Alright friends, it's about bedtime. I did not work on the hat at all. I kind of just vegged and knit on the sock after work. I'm tired. Excuse me. But exciting. I only have about 20 rounds or so to go on the foot and then the toe. So I am pretty sure that even if I use the skein in the mini skein in a square tomorrow, that I will finish the sock tomorrow. Because even if even if it's not enough to do the whole toe, I'm going to use this mini to finish off the toe. So that would be a sock in 5 days, which means I will be able to make 4 or 5 socks for my kiddo. I was watching back as I was editing and I said 6 pairs at one point. I meant 6 socks. I didn't mean 6 pairs. And that 6 socks is definitely possible if I'm not using the minis for squares or anything else. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. I think that this is looking pretty cool. I'm really tired though. It's time to go read. Oh, excuse me. It's time to go read Crow Bones. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, sunshines. It's Thursday the 5th. I cast on a new sock. I just didn't feel like those colors really were what I wanted to finish off the first sock. I know it doesn't really matter, but I don't know, it didn't feel right. So, new sock cast on, and I've done 2 rounds. Honestly, I don't know how much crafting is going to be done today. The hormones are doing the hormone things, so I'm so very low energy, plus it's a Thursday. I'm going to explain it for those of you who might not know. Thursdays are my worst day of the week because my introvert energy is depleted after 3 days of having to talk to 500 different people over those 3 days. My internet introvert energy is gone. It's just gone. But I still have to go in and work. So Thursdays are the hardest day because on Friday I can get through by being like, I just need to make it to the end of today and then I'm done for 2 days. But Thursday there's like, it's gonna sound bad, but like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. I can't be like, okay, I'm almost there, because I'm not almost there. So my energy is always low on Thursdays. So, excuse me, I just don't know how much crafting I'm gonna get done. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this mini today. I can't promise that. I have probably about 30 minutes before I need to start getting ready for work. So I'm gonna work on the hat, I think, because that's a higher priority. Like if these socks don't get finished, whatever, my kid isn't expecting them. It's not a big deal. But the hat is an expectation, and I want to get it done. And like, I know I showed you yesterday, but just to reiterate, like that's really not that much yarn left to go. So I will definitely finish this hat by the weekend and then be able to work on something else. So, all right, love your faces. I'm gonna go craft a little teeny bit and then get ready for work. Hello, sunshines. So I did manage to do a whole round on the hat at lunch, and look, that's not that much left. Could I finish this tomorrow? I don't know if I'll work on it tonight at all, but could I finish this tomorrow? I feel like I could. I feel like that's super, super likely. So that's exciting. I'm not even going to take it home tonight. I'm going to leave it on my desk. Okay, decision made. But I want to stop now. And I'm going to work on the second blue sock because it's still at the heel where it was at the beginning of the month. I would like to do a little bit of work on this. I have about 7 minutes before I need to start getting ready for my next class. That's not a lot of time, but I could get a couple rows done, right? Some progress is better than no progress. Hey friends, I just looked at the time. I somehow blanked through the fact that my alarm went off 6 minutes ago. I just looked at the time. I need to get ready for work. What am I doing? Working on everything. So I have the leggings that I've put half a round on and started the rest of the round with the other blue sock. I finished attaching the row of squares that I was working on, and now I have 2 squares worked back. I have, let's see, this mini blends in to the other one, but I was here-ish, somewhere around here. I can't remember if the mini that I'm using now started with this or it was just green. No, it was just green. So I've done this much on the Christmas countdown sock. And I did a couple rows on the heel of this sock because I just needed to touch, I mean, it's not all of my projects, but I kind of just needed to touch all of my projects this morning. I woke up an hour before my alarm and I just needed music and knitting. But I have to get ready for work. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I will check in with you tonight. Hey sunshines, I'm dangerously close to have finished the round. This is where I needed to be to finish the round, but I need to use the restroom before I start my next class. So I have to go. But look at that. I'm finishing this hat tonight. I'm so excited. Okay, now I have to get ready for my afternoon. Hey sunshines, it's Friday night. I did not finish my mini for the day, and I did not finish the hat. But that's okay. I was very, very tired. Excuse me, so there was very much vegging. I'm gonna go to sleep. But I'm also gonna end this vlog here, and I'll check back in with you tomorrow about progress on things. Okay, good night. Good morning, sunshines. Happy Saturday, the 7th of December, 2024. So it's very close to afternoon. I have not opened my advent calendar yet. What is my hair doing? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I've barely done any crafting. I did do a ginormous grocery run this morning, for myself, for a friend, like for my house, for a friend's house, for my office snacks, because I was basically out of everything, and for my littlest she picked a kid. We have an angel tree at our school, which is through Salvation Army, for basically to buy presents for kids who otherwise might not get some. So we did that this morning, and then that's basically all I did. I did start a load of laundry, but I haven't really done anything else. So I am dangerously close to finishing this hat. I'm going to work on that first, and then I didn't even finish knitting in the advent skein from yesterday, but I'm going to do that today. And honestly, it's okay if I'm a little behind, because tomorrow we're going to the movies, and as you know, movie knitting will happen. So what I want to do today is I'd like to get yesterday's mini in and then put in the heel, because I think I'll be right about there. Pick today's mini, decide if it's going in the first sock or the second sock, and then go from there. And then make sure that I have enough knitting for the movies. So like if I need to make sure that I have enough. So it depends on where today's mini is going in, what else I might do. I might also try to do the heel on the blue sock and pick up that gusset and take that to the movies. We'll see. Oh my goodness. That is all of that yarn used up. I just have to weave in the tail, take off the markers that I have marking the sides, like where the increases are, and then I really want to kind of try to felt this just a little teeny bit. What if I ruin the whole thing? I mean, if I ruin the whole thing, I can just be like, hey, I ruined the whole thing. I'll make you one in the new year, right? Oh, am I going to do it? I don't know. I have like just a little bit until the load that's in the washing machine finishes, and then yes, I'm going to try felting this just by throwing it in the laundry. Not just by, I mean kind of. I have an idea of what I might do. I haven't decided though. Am I that brave? Am I that willing to risk this all being messed up? Ooh, I don't know. Hello, sunshines. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I have knit on this sock. I am to the toe officially. This little blip of yarn is where the yarn changed color. You can just barely see that there's a difference between this blue and this blue. And this is really pretty. This, whatever this yarn line is, what is it? The Showbiz, I really like it. It's the same stripy thing as this right here. So looking at this, I really want it to be a square, but I've already knit in that much yarn. Do we think it's enough for a square? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try crocheting a granny square because I think this would look so pretty with the blanket, because a lot of those squares are solids or semi-solids or maybe variegated, but not like this. So I'm going to crochet this into a square now. And if I have to tink back a round or 2 or 5, whatever it is, I think it'll be worth it to have the square. And then I have the needles out of this sock. And that means I can go ahead and start the heel on this sock with the smaller needles, and then we'll see. And then I'll come back and muse on this some more later. All right, it's like 40 minutes later. It does not take 40 minutes to make one of these squares. It just took me 40 minutes to make the square because while I was working on it, I also did some rows on the heel because if I'm completely honest, I think doing a heel flap is pretty boring. So I did a couple rows, more than a couple on that. I also switched over laundry and I have plenty of yarn left. I don't know if this is enough to do the toe or not. It's fine because if it is, cool. And if it's not, I'm going to use this to finish off the toe. And then, so I'm going to finish off this sock. Maybe not Kitchener it closed. If I'm being completely honest, I probably won't Kitchener the toe. But the knitting, I'm going to finish off the knitting of this sock before I attach the yarn to this sock, just in case I need to do the toe on here. I feel like Kitchenering could be a tomorrow problem, maybe even a Monday problem. We'll see. I don't like Kitchenering in the evening. It's just not where my brain is at. And I know this about myself, so I'm okay with it. Look at that. I finished the sock. I even Kitchenered the toe. I haven't woven in the ends yet. But yeah, pretty much just in time on that yarn. Excellent. I think it looks really cool. So for the rest of the evening, I'm just going to try to get those 2 heels done. We'll see how I do. It's not late. It's just past 5, but I'm already so tired. But let's discuss how beautiful the sky is right now. It's like a really beautiful pink. Please excuse my window, but look at how beautiful that is. Hey sunshines, so it's Saturday night. Sunday night. We went and saw My Neighbor Totoro and it was great, as it always is. I love that movie so much. I did a little bit of knitting. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I don't think this is gonna be separate from 2. I think this is all gonna wrap up vlog number 2, because I haven't edited any of that. And I didn't really take that much footage this weekend, so it is what it is, right? I'm just, yeah. Things are different now, and that's okay. And I'm gonna be nice to myself about the way that things are different. So let me show you what I did. All right, I finished the day's mini, which means tomorrow-ish I'll be finishing the sock. I don't know about toes and everything. But we'll see. Probably on Tuesday. Tuesday seems likely to finish this sock. Tuesday also seems like the day that I'm going to weave in that end. It's not a Monday job. I did finish the heel on this sock and the turn, the flap and the turn. And I have just barely picked up for the gusset, but that means this will be ready to go for, like, yeah, gusset decreases are work, but like I can handle that while walking around a classroom. And I also put a few rounds on the pink sock, but the pink sock is lowest priority. I also wound the ball of the blue yarn, which, like, it's a task, right? It takes time to do, but it also makes it easier to carry around. Soon I'm going to rewrap the pink. It's coming, it's just not there yet. And I'm still very slowly reading Crow Bones. So, yeah. My Vlogmas is never like really fancy, I feel. So, hopefully this is still enjoyable, hanging out with me a little teeny bit and crafting along. And I will see you again very soon.